Alrighty, welcome back. It's been a little hot minute, but don't mind that too much. You know how school is, keeps you busy. Today, I'm gonna be talking about something relatively close to me at the moment. Not kinda not. But in general terms, I'm gonna be talking about relationships. And not just like, romantic relationships and that jazz. I'm talking about like any types of relationships you have with friends, family, yada yada yada. Doesn't have to be romantic. I mean, it could be. Who am I to judge? But alrighty, I wanted to start off talking about like friendships and like how they change over time, because ever since I graduated high school, I know I'm old, but ever since I graduated high school, the number one thing on my mind is how am I gonna like keep in contact with some of my best friends from high school, and like when they go off and do their own things, yada yada yada. First off, I have this one friend. He's in the military right now. He's basically a second brother to me. I love him with all my heart, all my soul, ding ding goodbye type shift. Me and him have been friends since I don't even know when. We've been friends for the longest times, and honestly, I couldn't be more thankful for him. But ever since we graduated, he's gone off to the military, and I haven't been able to see him I haven't seen him probably since he left, all the way back in like May. So that's a little sad. He's my best friend. I haven't been able to see him, hang out with him too much, but he's coming back mid-December, I'm pretty sure. So later this month. What's great about the relationship between me and him is that no matter like how much time has passed like in between us last talking, it's like nothing has happened at all. Like no matter what, me and him are still two peas in a pod, two guys just relaxing, hanging out, doing whatever. And that's what I love about him. He's basically like another brother to me, as I said earlier. Me and him get along super well, make jokes, and the most important thing is I hold him accountable and he holds me accountable, which is the best thing you can ask for in a friend. You know, when you get a little out of it, you don't really notice, but other people do. And he's the type of guy telling me, hey, don't do that stupid shit. And then, I clock in for a second. You know what? Let's get into the juicy of it. Let's talk about some of my past relationships, because those are always some fun stories to tell. Because, a lot of crazy stuff happened with them. If you watched my last video about rejection, I'm pretty sure I told nearly the whole story on about my first ex-girlfriend, which she was something. But me and her dated for a year and then had a falling out, which is normal for being little horny teenagers. You know how it is. But like after me and her broke up, there was like a few month hiatus where I had nothing to do. Once you've been dating someone for so long and then you break up, you just lose a little bit of yourself, because you hang out with this person nearly every day, with them nearly every day, and then out of nowhere they're gone, no contact, yada yada yada. So the only thing you really can do is just move on. Easier said than done, but with time, it can be done. After me and her broke up, then it took about a few months before I got a new crush on this girl. A little backstory: my first girlfriend, she went to like a different school, so it's like, I don't see you too often. Who cares? But this one's a little different. She went to my school. Not gonna lie, we had a good amount of classes together. Not even gonna cap. Me and her had like probably 6-7 classes together. I had to make sure it was gonna work, or at least last me until I graduated. With her, we never talked in person. I just thought she was really pretty. And so I went, let the confidence build up for a second and see what happens from there. Because, it allowed me to get to know myself a little better and all that jazz, which I'm very appreciative of, because I was a little bit of a mess, not even gonna lie with you. I just had her added on Snap because we go to the same school. And so I was thinking about how am I gonna hit her up and make it not sound creepy. You feel me? I don't think I succeeded at that. I think I started off creepy, not even gonna lie with you. I don't know if she thought it was weird or not, but thinking back to it, probably would have been, knowing me. Pussy! So anyways, me and her, I just had her on Snapchat and we just started texting, because I liked her. I wanted to get to know her, yada, yada, yada. Simple stuff. So as I'm getting to know her, we start texting, you know, a little bit more and more every day. You know, we still haven't, like, we've been texting for like we were probably texting for a good like 2-3 months. Even though we've been texting all that time and we had class together, we never talked in person until homecoming that year, which is crazy. But anyways, here's a good little story from the homecoming. For homecoming, it was just me and a few friends that went in a group because single guys got to stick together, you know? And she went in a group with her friends, as you do. I'm hanging out with my friends. We're just, you know, chilling, dancing, whatever, you know, whatever you do at a high school dance. And then I was talking with my homeboy about it, the homeboy that's in the military. And I was like, man, I like this girl. She looks really pretty tonight. I don't know what to do about it. And then his boy, comes up to me and goes, bro, if you don't talk to her, you do not know how much of a pussy you are. And I went, nah, you're right. This horse keeps getting closer and closer to my house. Swear to God. I go up to her and, you know, I just say the first thing that comes to my mind, which is, hey, you're looking really pretty tonight. And then she goes, oh, thank you. You're so sweet. And then I go, you're welcome. Probably with a voice crack too. And I just leave at that because I got scared. But after that, then we started talking in class more. Then we started texting more. We started calling. Ooh, moving up in the leagues. After a little bit, I finally gained the courage to ask her out on a date. Can you believe it? Me, the woman. For the first date, we went to the movie theaters. I know, horrible choice. I hate to admit it. We went to see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. For the first date, I went to see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. And she agreed to it. That says something about us. Anyways, we go see the movie. After the movie, nothing. We just text for the night. Good night. At this point, I'm certain she likes me because, come on, we saw FNAF together. But anyways, I'm still nervous to ask her to be my girlfriend because, you know, that's scary. Time goes by and we go on another date to a nice Italian restaurant. We're there and I was planning on asking her that night and I kind of forgot to because I got scared again. And she got a little mad at me. But then the next day we were hanging out at her house and then she asked me, your boy got the bag for about a year and a half before we broke up. But now relationships are weird. Like my friendships, I love those brothers with all my heart and all my soul. Some of these women be wild and I'm gonna cap with you. Anyways, relationships are weird, romantical, friendshipical, any other word that ends in "all." But, you know, they're good for you. Friendship's always the best. Having a good friend to stick by your side, basically like another brother, is the best thing you could have. Alrighty, I've been yapping too long. Adios.